How's it going, everybody? Welcome to a brand new episode of Crypto Clout, the YouTube show where you subscribe for the latest and greatest in cryptocurrency news. And today we are excited to bring you an episode about Cardano ADA. I think that this is an important episode because we're going to be going over a lot of the different details that are going to be coming together in terms of smart contracts and the position that the idea that is the founding principle behind Cardano is ultimately going to be playing a big variable as far as the development of this paradigm shift goes forward. So without any further ado, we've got a dedicated podcast for Cardano to launch in November. Definitely looking forward to that. Obviously, this YouTube channel is similarly a dedicated podcast for Cardano in that sense. So maybe one day we can get more of these, possibly collab with these people in the future who are going to be talking about these different things. So, but all these different educational podcasts for Cardano, I think it's good for the community. All that things definitely going to be interesting to pay attention to what they're going to be saying on there. But Cardano with a security boost as Trezor ready to support ADA. This is also huge news, fresh off the presses 1 hour ago. So I think that the Trezor is definitely going to be a good, going well with ADA as far as the future is concerned. Personally, I'd consider myself a fan of the Trezor, and I'd say the more cryptos that are able to work with it, well, definitely better for the overall community. So that's an interesting one. And what does open letter to Cardano community mean? We'll find out. In Cardano news, ADA garners official support from the Trezor wall. We already talked about that one. And yeah, definitely interesting to see how Cardano is going to be taking us as things develop and move forward into November. And when we talk about this sort of cryptocurrency, it's important to give attention to cryptos like Ethereum. Talk about the idea of how far cryptocurrencies come in such a short amount of time. I'd say that it hasn't been without its challenges up until this point. Things relatively, I'd say, have been moving sideways with that 209. Things are sort of at a standstill as they currently stand. We'll be getting into that as well. And of course, since we're talking about Cardano, I think it's a very good opportunity to be talking about the Cardano ecosystem. And when this goes hand in hand with a very important point that I think that it's always important to touch upon, which is the development of cryptocurrency as it comes till this point. Realistically, we could say Bitcoin was the introduction of this sort of technology, the idea of the digital gold. And then we have Ethereum with that sort of revolutionizing the concept and learning from the mistakes that were made from the technologies that came before it. And I think that that's a really a hallmark of what cryptocurrency stands for in this day and age, which is learning from the mistakes that were made previously, not making those mistakes again, and then driving forward and helping that sort of innovation and these different layers of innovation, which certainly they do start on the chalkboard. They start on the drawing board, and then they come and they manifest in real life thanks to the hardworking teams that we have with these different technologies, bringing the vision to life, essentially. So we look at Ethereum and what all the mistakes that have been made by Ethereum, the successes, and I think that that's sort of the approach that's been Cardano's way of sort of blazing a trail that's going, in the number 9 position as things currently stand. But when Cardano really gets up and going, I think that there'll definitely be a lot of attention being paid towards Cardano that hasn't previously been in the works. Realistically, we see it is a lot about marketing. The fact that Bitcoin, Ethereum, and all these other household name cryptocurrencies, as they've been called, the way that they've been able to maintain this level of dominance over the space has a lot. It's intricately woven around the sort of the echo chamber of what people talk about around the dinner table, for lack of a better expression. So when we talk about the fact that Bitcoin and Ethereum have done so much in the way of getting these different basically pop culture icons and regular people around the street, people talking about cryptocurrency was a big movement forward. But now I think that when people start actually using cryptocurrencies and the actual technologies are meeting the demand that are made in various different rungs of society, Cardano definitely has a huge potential to rise in the ranks due to its ability to outperform based on the vision, not only the vision alone, but also the provable data analytical side of what this project means for the overall space. One thing's for sure, there's definitely a big developments happening in the line of cryptocurrency and the way that we've been seeing this huge opportunity opening up. So I'm definitely excited to see how 2019 is going to treat Cardano. Definitely interested in how these international variables have been really culminating and coming together in an interesting way. And as far as what we've been seeing happening with the team, my evaluation of Cardano's team would be that they definitely do have an idea of basically where the future is going as far as how these technologies are going, and there's obviously a lot of this excitement about the Trezor Cardano thing, and I'm definitely excited about it too. I mean, it's great to the Trezor is a great way to keep these different things, crypto more secure, and I think security is definitely important. So and then I'm excited when I see all these different developments that have been taking place surrounding Cardano. In particular, what Cardano means to me would be it's certainly a place where science and technology and vision are really overlapping in a big way. I was reading this news article. Cardano founder shares his thoughts on collaboration with Hyperledger, and this news about the Hyperledger is really going to be big, I'd say, as things continue to move forward. In particular, when we talk about the climate of cryptocurrency and where we're going to be seeing things moving in terms of 2019. And I'd say if there's anything that I have to say about Cardano, it would be this, and it's the fact that blockchain is really going to be a determining factor in the future. And I would say that the cryptocurrencies that are able to leverage this fact are going to be the ones that are ultimately successful in terms of the larger cryptocurrency space, as we see these different developments as they've been manifesting themselves. And so we're seeing skirting the Great Wall, the saga of crypto in China, and interesting things happening on that front as always. And basically I think that it's important there's always these different people who talk about the relationship dynamics of China and Bitcoin and why this should be, some see it as a cause for concern, and others see it as a cause for celebration, depending on what your perspective. And believe me, I've heard it all. But so basically, consolidation continues, blah blah blah. Ukraine economic development and trade ministry. I saw this was an interesting article, definitely relevant to cryptocurrency. And 3 common mistakes new crypto traders make, by this article by CoinDeck, kind of a just random clickbait article, not really relevant news. Crypto week in review, always seeing China and all these conversations about regulations and these things. I mean, the more we see the topic of these key words, regulations, and China and Japan and the US, all these different bodies of power, these are good signs, I'd say. The fact that this conversation is happening in the public space means that things are moving forward slowly but surely, but also rapidly at the same time. I mean, the world of cryptocurrency is a strange animal, and people who have been involved with this space for any amount of time, like myself, those of us who've been paying attention to crypto from 2009, I mean, you see so many different things can happen overnight, because there's so many smart people who are involved with these things who obviously have an idea of if they were able to write out a plan and actually put that plan into action without any of these different problems coming in the way. Believe me, I think that things could function quite more smoothly than they are right now. But the fact of the matter is that there's a whole legacy of basically an entire paradigm that needs to be flipped over and reevaluated and all these different things. So that's why cryptocurrencies, it's a slow movement, but at the same time it's very fast as far as when you want to look at the technology. And this is why I think Cardano is definitely an interesting crypto in ADA, and how these different things we'll be seeing developing as they move forward. But all that being said, if you guys are interested in connecting with us, you can do so on our Twitter, that's at CryptoTuber, and always interested in hearing what you guys have to say, sharing the information and so forth. Of course, make sure that you comment down below letting us know what you think about Cardano. Do you think Cardano could make you a millionaire in 2019? It is an interesting question. I was actually this video by Kung Fu Nerd was really interesting this thing, went into detail on he's a good YouTuber. I'll include a link to this video down in the description. But yeah, now obviously this video is just my opinion about Cardano. Obviously I'm not your dad. You know, do with that information what you will. But all that being said, I hope you guys have enjoyed this content, and make sure that you subscribe and all that stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.